Blog Talk Radio. Chatting with Nat is a podcast for independent women seeking to speak their truth and to break down barriers. We host honest conversations that help to guide and empower women. Speak your truth and set yourself free. Let your voice be heard. Hi everyone, it's Natalie Jean, it's Nat. Yes, we're chatting with Nat, and today I have Israeli-American singer, songwriter Moran Levi. Moran Levi, born July 20th, 1983, is an Israeli-American singer and songwriter. She's particularly known for her versatility and multilingual repertoire. She writes, arranges, and produces her songs. Moran's musical abilities were evident at the early age of 6. At the age of 14, when she composed her first song, which went on to win the annual school song contest. At 15, she entered a musical and was the first time she sang in front of a live audience. At the age of 18, Moran was recruited into the Israeli army. She was her fellow soldiers' entertainer. Upon completion of her duties as a soldier to her country, Moran went back to Israel to embark on her journey as an entertainer. She performed in hotels and supper clubs in Israel. As her reputation grew, she began touring the world. Meanwhile, she continued to write her own songs and never stopped dreaming about the day that she would share the stage with the greatest singers in the world. In 2008, she was sent to represent Israel in a chansons competition in Croatia. She won. In 2010, she moved to America, where she started to build her new life as an artist. In 2013, she released her debut album, Your Highness, in honor of her autistic young brother, and also had her foot in the acting field, where she played in a few commercials and short films. In 2018, back in Israel, she keeps managing her career in both continents. So let's give a round of applause for Moran Levi. Isn't that like a cool feature? Absolutely.
I want to give you a round of applause. I was like, I have to pick it up.
My God, I could feel it.
Well, I'm glad you feel it, because that's the point. You know, everybody should feel welcome and loved when they get on chatting with Nat. You know, I'm excited for you to be here. You're an amazing person, an amazing singer-songwriter. So thank you. It's an honor.
Oh, it's the opposite. It's my word. It's my honor to be in your show, Nat. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. How has the pandemic? How have you been dealing with the pandemic?
Oh, well, I'm glad to say that now more than 60% of the Israeli are immune. We got the vaccines, and now life are back, almost back to normal. Stages are being open only now, but
Okay.
but it's like a fresh air, you know, to see all the people back, you know, in the stores, in the businesses, in the streets. Everything is it starts to roll again. So it's a good feeling, but it was hard. It was an almost entire year of quarantine. It was crazy.
No,
but here we are. Here we are. How's the situation there?
Well, the United States is kind of crazy. So right now, you know, different states have opened up the vaccines, and a lot of people are getting them, but in Maryland, where I live, you know, it's kind of slow. I'm still in the last year to get it, but you can get it in different places, and you know, there's 3 different kinds, so people are deciding what they want. But it's moving. Wow. It's getting there. Some places are starting to open. The venues not so much, because the whole thing was you get vaccinated, you have to wait 2 weeks after. You still have to wear a mask. So you know, I read an article just the other day that there were 3 people in Hawaii that actually got the vaccine. They waited 2 weeks after, blah, 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 and they got COVID. So
You can get it. You can get it again, but if you are immune to that, you may
Yeah.
get it, but you will not. You may feel it. That's the
Right.
point, I guess. So
Yeah.
that's the the pros and cons and the risk that you take of taking a new vaccine that is new to the world,
Right.
you know. And so I
Exactly.
guess if they got it, they didn't get it, bad. It's just
Right.
a minor
Yeah.
thing. But the world is moving. It's about to over. Let's be strong. Good things
Amen.
happen, as effect of that. So not everything bad, but many good things that put many people together. You
Yep.
know.
Amen to that. How
Hmm.
did you start your music career?
How did I start my music career? Wow, um, that's a question because I've always known that this is what I'm gonna be. But being born in the '80s, to say,
Mhm.
"Hey, I'm going to be a singer," was a joke. It was ridiculous. What? Go learn something. Be a lawyer. Be something. Do something that will give you money for the rent. Um, so I was very shy about that. So since I was 6, I found this fire inside. You are as an artist, you know that very well. I can tell. Um, so it burns inside you, and it just it's asked to be expressed. This little fire. Um, so I started to do some music in my own room, silently to me. Um, and then I was drafted to the army, to the Israeli army, like every boy and girl, 18 years old, they go to the army. And when I was 20 and a half, I remember being released, and boom, I said, that's it. I'm going to sing, and I don't care whatever. You can say anything you want to say. I don't care. I need to sing. That's what I that's what I have to do.
Love
And this
that.
is how I started.
I love that. So let me understand that. So every child has to go through the Israeli army. Is
Yes,
that part
every
of
18 years old, young women and men are drafted to the army. Israel is a small country that is surrounded by our, neighbors that don't
right?
sympathize us too much. So
Right.
we
Right.
have to defend ourselves. That's why it's called, the defense Israeli Defense Force, because we have to defend ourselves. So every this is part of a culture. But ironically, we are being told and educated not to kill. Absolutely not to kill. You are here to only defend.
Right.
Only if your life is under risk, if somebody
Right.
comes to you, then you are, allowed to use your weapon. But if it's not happened to you, just, if you have to shoot, shoot to the legs. Do not
Right.
kill. Do not kill. It's very strong here. So yeah, every boy and
I,
girl, 18 years old, goodbye to the army.
but I wish that the same mindset was here in
Hmm.
America because I say the same thing over and over. Why don't they just shoot to injure rather than shoot to kill?
Exactly.
They need to learn from they need some of the Americans
Well,
they need to go over
you
there
know,
and learn.
Israel is a Jewish country, and one the number one value in the Jewish culture is life.
Mhm.
I guess all cultures, life is number one value point. Period. Only here
Right.
we give the emphasis a little bit more. I guess
Oh,
so.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
life
So
is important than everything, isn't it?
yes,
More than
it's the
money, more than
it's
everything.
the most important thing. No, I agree with you. How would you describe your music?
Oh, my music is a direct interpretation of emotions and
Okay.
feelings. I think this is us the artists, we have this blessing of being able to interpret feelings, and
Right.
sometimes it can heal you. If you hurt, if
Yes.
you feel pain, if somebody hurt you, you just you spit it on the paper, on the piano, on the guitar, or whatever, and here you go. So my songs are basically it interpretations of emotions, and
I
and
love.
and views and opinion.
And
And
I
that's
love
it.
I love that even more because as artists, we should be allowed to create whatever we want, and if it's coming deep from your soul, I love that because I oftentimes now I listen to the lyrics more than I listen to the music part of songs now because I'm trying to see
Oh,
how.
bless your heart for that. Good to hear that. I'm sorry. Continue. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah, because I like to see how deep a person, an artist goes. There's
Mm,
some artists out there, they like the fame, and hey, if that's what you want and you want to sound like somebody else, that's great because that's their niche. That's what they want to do. But I
exactly.
love the artists that when you listen to their music, you can feel their soul in that music. You can
Mm,
feel the lyrics. You're like, oh my gosh, I can relate to this. I understand. My God, this is so powerful. I feel moved to do something. That's what I
mm.
love about the artists that are just deeper than a lot of artists. I think some of those things are very necessary, especially in our times right now. The world is so chaotic. I think
Right.
people need to start feeling again. That's one thing about the pandemic is that you didn't realize that how important physical touch was. You didn't
Oh, yeah.
realize the emotions and the sensations that you got out of that.
Hmm.
And now, I'm sure when the pandemic is over, everybody's just gonna run and touch one another, hug one another,
Yeah,
inappropriate,
yeah.
run
we,
into
we
each
we learn to appreciate. We learn to appreciate this little but huge thing called love. You know,
other. Exactly.
still love,
Love,
human love.
human,
Mm.
yes, and love. What are your main musical influences?
Oh wow, my main musical influences. Well, I grew up, growing up in an Israeli home, is to be exposed to billion different cultures because the Israeli people is a mixture of many cultures. Jewish from all over the world came to Israel, to live here as Jewish people, free, blah blah blah. So in the radio, I will hear French music, I will hear Italian music, Spanish, Arabic, Turkish, everything.
Right.
And but I remember one voice caught me when I was 5 years old. It was her name is Zahava Ben. It's an Israeli singer. She was very famous back then. And when I grew up, I was exposed to Mrs. Queen Barbara Streisand. And
Ah,
yeah, I remember watching the movie Yentl,
yes,
and
my
like
favorite.
not is it? Oh my
Yes,
God! I thought I'm the only one in the world. I'm glad to find.
I knew you were gonna say Yentl. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God!
Oh my god. Yeah, it's just you would never have thought that I would have said that, but
No.
the song in the movie where she starts to sing, I can't remember the title, but where she says,
Where is
"Father,
it written? Where is it? Papa, can you hear me? Papa, can is this? But
yes,
exactly. But the message that nothing is impossible, and where is it written that I cannot do this, this, and that? And if you have wings, don't you? Aren't you meant to fly? It's so deep, this message. So I remember watching that movie, falling in love completely with Barbara Streisand, being totally obsessed with her music, and then I found out about Michael Jackson, like all of us.
yeah,
I don't think there is a person back then those times that didn't love Michael. Michael
okay,
was it was a league of his own. And then Celine Dion came with a Titanic.
that was it.
and and Queen and Tina Turner and Andrea Bocelli and a lot of Israeli music and Italian music and Spanish music that I will not but I love bel canto, big voices, very soulful with with
Yeah.
with huge meaning that I can literally feel the voice in my heart and in my mind. So that are my influences to your
Oh
question.
my god, I love Yentl. I
Yeah.
need to watch that again. It's been a
Oh,
while.
watch! I just watched it today. Today, cleaning my house, for the for the holiday, I was putting Yentl on in the background and
Yeah.
singing, screaming her songs.
Oh my, and Barbara Streisand has an amazing voice. She's a powerful woman. So how is it?
what is it like to be a singer in Israel, specifically more or less a female singer in Israel? And the reason I ask, in the United States, women are still fighting hard to be seen and heard. Like I always tell this story, but a lady that I interviewed, she was saying that, female producers right now, they're just now being seen. She said she went to a convention a couple of years ago, and she was actually the only female producer in the room. So, and then in country music, they're just now playing more females on the radio. They used to only just play one. Now they're trying to level the playing field for everybody.
Yeah.
So how is it in Israel?
It's a man's world. You know that song? It's
Yes.
still a man's world. Yeah, there is more men, compared to women still. But I can tell you that I don't feel any limitation. I mean,
Right.
I feel total freedom to sing and to produce, and it just I don't know if it's not only in Israel. I hear it in other places too. To break through in your own country is very difficult, whether
Right.
you're a man or a woman. But yeah, it's you will find more men producing music than women, and you will find more masculine voices in the radio than women. But
Right.
I don't think it's not by purpose. You just have more men there in the industry. But I don't feel any difference. I don't feel any difficulty as a woman. The opposite, actually. I mean, you're being accepted easily because you're a woman and you're smiling and you're beautiful and please welcome like that. So this is my point. I didn't find any difficulty being a woman in the music industry here.
Oh,
Not in my side.
That is awesome. So we're going to play your song Eres Todo. Tell me what that song is about.
Oh wow, Eres Todo. Well, when I came back to Israel, I met a genius. His name is Moran Levi, and he was looking for singers and stuff, and and I came and I sang a cover for Clean Bandit, Rock by Baby, and since that time, it was a click, and we wrote together that song. And I remember I came to the studio and he played to me the music. He did the production already, and I heard the music and the words just came out. So it's half Hebrew, half English. Talking about a girl that was very comfortable being alone, and then she saw him suddenly out of the blue, and she fell in love with him. And she said, I'm not planning to let you go because you're mine. You're my you're everything. Eres todo means you are everything. You're the sun, you're the moon. I'm gonna give you my life. Just I want to love you. That's basically, woman.
Yeah,
and she falls in love.
all right. So, go ahead.
That's it. That's the song basically.
It's all about love. All right, hold on one second.
Love, girl.
We're gonna have a word from our sponsor. And we'll play the song.
Hi, it's Jordan and Madison, and we're Jay Madison out of Nashville, Tennessee. We'd love to tell you about B Squared Management, artist services by artists for artists. Get your press, branding, single release, and sync success plan now at bsquaredmgmt.com. And listen up to our latest single, Down, now on Spotify.
Otro día, otro café, otra noche más. Misma rutina, mismo lugar, enfrente y de atrás. Años que pasan pidiéndote a ti. En cada mañana. Justo que creí que estar sola es para mí. Pensé que no había otra chance de amar. Te vi de repente y me cuesta pensar. Fuera de control. Eres todo, eres vida, eres todo el amor que quería. Eres el sol y la luna y no te pienso soltar. Eres todo, eres vida, eres todo el amor que quería. Eres el sol y la luna y no te pienso soltar. La noche es negra, me siento mal, te necesito para seguir. Creo que sí, te quiero tanto y no voy a dejarte ir. Años que pasan pidiéndote a ti. Justo que creí que estar sola es para mí. Pensé que no había otra chance de amar. Te vi de repente y me cuesta pensar. Fuera de control. Eres todo, eres vida, eres todo el amor que quería. Eres el sol y la luna y no te pienso soltar. Eres todo, eres vida, eres todo el amor que quería. Eres el sol y la luna y no te pienso soltar. No te pienso soltar. Eres todo, eres vida, eres todo el amor que quería. Eres el sol y la luna y no te pienso soltar. Eres todo, eres vida, eres todo el amor que quería. Eres el sol y la luna. Eres todo, eres vida, eres todo el amor que quería. Eres el sol y la luna y no te pienso soltar. Eres todo, eres vida, eres todo el amor que quería. Eres el sol y la luna y no te pienso soltar. Y no te pienso soltar. Y no te pienso soltar. No te pienso soltar.
I'm gonna have so much fun with that applause. I love that.
Oh my God.
I was shaking. I was shaking it. I was dancing. I love Spanish. I love Latin music. I've done one song in Spanish.
A
no,
holiday song?
yeah, but I love
Feliz
that.
Navidad. This one?
Well, it was written by. Let me tell you, if I go into the story of doing that song, I don't. It was,
Yeah. Talk to me.
it's called Nostalgia de Navidad. It's just all the background work. It's a long story. I'll email you and let you know.
No problem.
But no, I love the fact that you're versatile just like me. I sing in English, French, Haitian Creole, and Spanish. Any other languages?
Wow.
Spanish and Israeli.
Well, you asked, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question, but I heard that you sing in billion languages too. That's what I've heard.
What other languages do you speak in?
Okay. Well, I sing Hebrew, of course, Arabic. I got to sing in Armenian. I have Spanish, of course, French, Italian, Portuguese, English, obvious.
Right.
What else? I forgot what else. Russian. I sing in Russian too.
Well,
and
you
Yiddish. I got to sing in Yiddish a few songs, but that's it basically.
I mean, you got me beat. I don't. You wait.
No, I believe if you sing a lot of languages too, and language, as you know, is the music, is
Yep.
another type of music. So if you already sing like billion, you can sing billion and two if you only choose to. You're there. You're already there. You're good.
That's true. That's true. So what brought you to America?
I don't know. To be honest, well, I've always wanted to come to America to visit, to see, because I grew up with English around me. The American culture was around me all the time. In the TV, you have all the Hollywood movies and the music, of course, and every Israeli, I think every second Israeli will dream to come to America to visit somehow.
Right.
I think every person in the world wants to see America. You have done something right there in America that everybody wants to come. You're the greatest nation. So I remember I was 26 years old working as a waitress, and I got a message from a friend of mine telling me, look, I want to go to visit America to do coast to coast. You come? And I, without thinking, I said, sure. And one month after, I found myself in Florida with him, and that's it. One thing led to another, and I remember I had a little flash drive with me full of music playbacks because I was singing waitress. I was serving tables, and from time to time I would go on stage and perform. This is how it worked. So I knew a lot of songs. And I remember one night I sang a song in a restaurant, a French restaurant. I was walking down the street, and there was an Italian pianist, and I wanted to sing. I asked him, please let me sing, please. He said, okay. What do you want to sing? And I said, I have a music for women in love. Can you play it? I said, yeah, sure. Skeptical, looking at me like, where did she come from? And I remember starting to sing, and the owner of the restaurant came out. It was his favorite song, to my very good luck. And he said, okay, can you sing something else to me? I said, sure. And one thing became 1 hour show. And one thing led to another, and I became a singer, working in studios, producing music, and this is how it happened. Everything just happened to me there. I don't know, it just happened. I didn't intend to stay in America, to be honest. I had a very great life here, but America is America, and
Right.
it just pull you in.
Yes, it does. It can pull you in so many directions. So why did you decide to leave?
Well, I've decided to leave because I have a young brother. He's 25 years old. He's 12 years younger than me, and he's autistic. So basically, I grew up with him and raised him up. And I remember every morning, it was 9 o'clock Florida time and 5 o'clock Israel time. I would call him because I promised. And autistic people, I don't know if you know, times are sacred for them. It's very important that they will have to schedule stone. Literally, it was. So I would talk to him every morning, and every morning I hear the same sentence. Moran, why did you leave me? Don't you love me anymore?
Wow.
When will you come back? When? And so, one day I just woke up and I said, okay, I can't take it anymore. I was torn. I was torn. I miss America. Wow, like crazy. I was about to come back, to visit and hug all my friends and stuff.
Right.
But pandemia. Hi.
No. Sorry.
Hi, but no. Yeah, exactly. So the reason why I came back to Israel, it wasn't because I felt bad in America. I love America. It just, my heart, it couldn't stand it anymore. This distance from him and from my family and from my, roots and everything. So, but I hope to come and visit America soon because I miss this land.
So on your website, there's a tag that says autism awareness. So I'm assuming it's because of your brother?
Yes. Yeah, my brother, I guess he sent me to a very interesting mission, I would say. In 2013, I remember I recorded a song, the song called Your Highness. I dedicated the entire album to him, to my little brother. And the main song is Your Highness. That was written about him, about him and the what he does and how it affects us, the family.
Right.
And I decided that it's time to to release everything that I have in my heart for almost 20 years. It's not easy to live alongside with autism. It's heavy.
I'm sure.
And so I remember calling my mom, telling her, "Mom, look, I have this song, and I'm asking for your permission to shoot a music video and to show it out. Can I?" And she said, "Oh, of course." Like, well, what is the question? And I remember the same week. It was Saturday. I was like crazy. I was like everything was ordered in my head, and so I called a friend of mine, which is a photographer, filmographer, and a friend of mine, which is an actor, brilliant guy, and I just guided them. You do this, you do that, and in 3 hours we shoot everything, and I edited everything. It was the first video I edited. And I remember the evening I sent it. I put it on Facebook just to take it out of my heart. And I remember the day after, whoa, so many people are sharing the same destiny like me, but they were kind of shy to talk about it because there is a lot of, violence there and ugly things that, people not often like to talk about. And it was amazing. It was the reactions and, the shares, and it's like made people be proud and not be afraid to share. Yes, I do have somebody autistic in my family. And it was, wow. And I remember my brother called me. Yeah, I called him actually. And we talked, and he saw the video and he said, Moran, did I make you feel bad? And I said, no, Lidi, no. Lidi is his, nickname. His name is Lidor. And I said, no, Lidor, And he said, is that me there? I said, yes, Lidor, but you're a star because you made many people, relieved and be proud of who they are. And it was something. It was really amazing. So yeah, everything that has to come with autism and people with special needs, I will be the one to be there.
Right.
I don't care. No money, nothing. Just tell me what to do. I'm with you. Just let me know. Like that. So the sensibility for that.
Wow. Now I'm going to play "How Will I Live." Tell me about that song.
How Will I Live? Another love song. So feminine of me. No, actually, men are too. They love to, but they say it less. I guess.
That's cool.
Men, they don't talk about feelings that much.
No.
Anyways, How Will I Live is actually the original title is Como Vivir Sin Ti. It's a Spanish song written 15 years ago.
Okay.
It was part of the album Your Highness, and I remember he didn't get the attention that he was deserved. So meanwhile, when I came back to Israel, and now the Corona, what do we do in the Corona? We are closing our places, right? So I decided that I will bring this song to life at my way, and I produced it here at home in my little computer. And I called a few friends, the violinist and guitarist, Flavio Sosa is in America, and he sent me the files, and another Oren and Sveta, and it became a song and in Spanish. And I have a very, very dear man. His name is Michael Rene Crump. He's an artist manager in America, and he told me, Moran, why won't you do an English version for that? Because it's a great song.
Right.
And I said, okay, I will. So I wrote, the lyrics in English, and he helped me, he gave me his ideas and stuff. And so here you have How Will I Live, but the English version. I sent you the English version, so you will have a Spanish and English and everything. And that's it. That's the story of that song, actually.
All righty.
How will I live?
We're going to play it. We'll have a word from our sponsor, and then we'll play it.
Hi, this is Nikki Chris, and I host a podcast called Mixin' It. Mixin' It focuses on women in the music, entertainment, and the performing arts. Our goal is to provide an avenue for industry veterans and up-and-coming artists, musicians, engineers, and producers to showcase their talent. Listen to Mixin' It on Monday Music Madness at 8 p.m. Eastern on the SIM Radio Network.
If you're gonna leave, it'll be a lie. I'd be crying. It's killing me to see
love it. I love it. I love it. You know that song. You really sound like Celine Dion. It's
Is
her
it?
face in my mind when you were singing.
Oh
And
wow.
Celine Dion has a very powerful voice. I love her. She's one of my favorite singers.
Oh my God. Well,
Yeah. No, don't you think? Don't you think you sounded like her?
I know I'm very influenced by her, but I don't know. Sometimes I remember at the beginning of my way, people told me, "Oh, you're like the Israeli Celine Dion." And I said, in the beginning, I was very excited, but then I thought to myself, "Uh-oh, that's not that that can be tricky because I don't want to sound like somebody else." But
Right.
hey, if it's Celine Dion, I accept it. No problem.
Woman can sing. What I love about her, she emotes every emotion, and she's actually the
Mhm.
reason why I did a French album. Is because I listened to one
Really?
of her albums. Yeah, and I fell in love with her French album, and I sing some of those songs. You know, I try not to do too many Celine Dion songs because you
It's
can't.
hard.
it's,
It's
it's
too
hard,
perfect.
and she's so perfect at what she does. You're just like,
Right.
maybe I shouldn't touch that. I'm not.
Right. That's why I never ever ever never never ever never ever ever never never touch Titanic. Never. My heart will go on. No 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 no.
I'm not gonna
This
touch
is
it.
sacred. Nobody should touch that.
Exactly. So, what is your writing process like?
Writing process is it depends. Sometimes it just things happens in your life, that touches you for good and for bad, and it's being translated into a little humming, a melody or words. I feel it cooking in my head, and in
Mhm.
one day, boom, I just spit it out. Sometimes sometimes it starts with a melody, sometimes it starts with the lyrics. It depends. It depends
Now, do you
how
play?
hurt I am.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, if I'm really hurt, they better watch out. Um, it might not be good for the other side. Do you play
Oh
any?
my God. What?
Do you play any instruments?
Yes, I do play the keyboard. I never studied how to play. I just play out of um here from here it.
Wow. Yeah.
But I can't call myself a musician. I'm not a musician. I'm a singer, but not a musician because I don't know. I don't read music to my. Hmm, I'm not proud of it.
No,
But
listen.
until it works somehow.
I'm still trying to learn to do all that stuff. I bought a smart keyboard, and it's been in
Oh,
about 4 years. And this year I'm taking it out so I can learn because I think it's very useful to at least know how to play something, even if you just played a
right,
little. It's good to have
right.
that kind of technique.
Do
Um,
you write your songs?
so I write my own lyrics, but I work with a music producer to come up with the melody. But sometimes I'll sing the melody into my voice recorder because
Yeah.
I can come up with the melody. It's just I don't play the instruments. So I go to my music producer and I say, okay, this is what I want it to sound like. These are the instruments that I want in it. Let me see what.
Wow.
And he's fantastic. So he usually can put everything. Well, he has. He's done all of my music except for one of my albums. But and he's always
Wow. That's great.
yeah. So I've been very lucky with him. What is a quote that you live by?
Wow. um, sleep less, dream more, and nothing is impossible.
I like that. That
It's
a
a
lot.
dreamy, it's a dreamy, naive, but aim to the moon, and the worst you will fall among the stars. All from the same family. Just dream it loud, speak it up, and live vividly. Just do what your heart tells you to do, and not what everybody else tells you to do, because you're the only one who knows for sure what you're supposed to do. Basically,
That's
it's a lot
true.
of quotes I just said, isn't it? Just choose one.
It's okay. It's okay. You can use them all you want. It's your life. It's your goals. I love, but they're very profound quotes. So thank you for that. Now, tell our audience where they can find you on the internet world.
Oh, the internet world. I did it very simple to everybody, and I gathered everything in one site, which is www.moranlevy.com. That's it. All is there, all the Facebook and the Instagram and, the Spotify and iTunes. Everything is there. Everything.
Yeah, we have to be on so many platforms. It's kind of hard to maintain all that social media. I like to call it crap. You have to post and post and post.
Right, to stay alive, especially in pandemic that you have no shows.
Exactly. Did you do any live streaming during the pandemic?
Oh yeah, I had a week. It was a holiday here. It was Purim. Purim is the parallel to Halloween, only happy, not scary, happy. I remember doing almost 30 shows in 4 days. It was crazy. A Zoom shows. You're locked in the studio and you perform like crazy. One show after one show after one show, the same show, yeah, but you see again and again and again and again to different people, and all were home, and we were, it was direct on Zoom, and it was quite an adventure, but I'm happy to be back on stage, to feel the people, to really, really feel them.
Amen.
And not to sing to the lands.
I can't wait till it happens here. But thank you so much, Moran Levi, for being on my show. It was an honor. I learned so much about you. I learned so much about Israel. I'm honored. I'm going to follow you wherever you go.
Oh, the same here, Natalie.
Thank you. You have such an amazing spirit and soul. You are empowered. You speak your truth. And I love that about you. Thanks again for being on the show. I hope you have an amazing, amazing week.
Thank you, Natalie, and thank you so much for doing what you do and encouraging women, and let's give them voices. This is wonderful, amazing, and thank you for that. You are great. You are amazing. Natalie, it's a pleasure and honor to meet you and to know you and to talk to you.
Thank you. The honor is mine. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Let's give Moran Levi another round of applause. I love this guy. I love that button. I'm just going to keep playing it. All right. This is Natalie John chatting with Nat, and we're signing off.
Chatting with Nat is a podcast for independent women seeking to speak their truth and to break down barriers. We host honest conversations that help to guide and empower women. Speak your truth and set yourself free. Let your voice be heard.